Hello there.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing very well. Where are you talking from? You back home in Sweden?
I'm back home in Sweden, yes, sir, and it feels great to be home.
Excellent. I'm very happy for you. We saw some of your countrymen here last night. We had
Yeah?
we had Hammerfall here.
Oh, nice.
Was very nice. Very
Yeah, I
good
can
gig.
imagine.
Mm.
Hammerfall, great guys, and I mean they perform so well live.
Yeah, surprised me. I knew they'd be good, but wow. Yeah.
Yeah, really
So,
good.
how have you been?
I've been good, thank you. It's been a great start of the year. Starting off with touring with Majestica. So yeah, that was very good. That was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Um, what caused you to step away from Sabaton? Was it a time thing?
No, it was more. I mean, I love the guys in Sabaton. We're like a family, and uh, I had a great time with Sabaton. Everything was fine. It sounds good, but that was the only thing that I could do. And
Yeah.
the problem was that I had so many other things that I wanted to do, like
Mm.
Majestica, my own music. And I felt now we have a chance to do something with Majestica, and if I don't take the chance, we might never go anywhere.
Yeah.
We declined, tours. We had so many great offers that we had to decline. We had canceled gigs. We had canceled tours because of Sabaton, and knew that as long as I'm part of Sabaton, Majestica is not going anywhere, and I think it's too good for not doing that. So I decided that it was time to put my focus on Majestica because for me, the purpose in life is not to play the biggest stages in the world. My purpose in life for me is make a living out of what you enjoy doing, having a good time. Playing with Majestica is for me the best time. So that's why I decided to step down so I can have time to do other things in life because no booking agency wanted to book Majestica because we, you know, what if a Sabaton show comes up? We have to cancel the show and people would lose money and so on and so on. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's why.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now you've used the time very well because you've recorded Powertrain, which will hit us very soon. I've heard it. I've had the opportunity just today to have a listen to it.
All right.
Very good. Typical Majestica. Love
Nice.
it.
Awesome.
Tell us
Thank
all
you.
about how that came together and where you did it, how involved everyone was.
Well, you see, outside our rehearsal studio, we have this there's a train museum. So everywhere we go, we have old trains, train wrecks, and there's a train garage in the same building where we rehearse. So we said a couple of years ago, if we ever want to do something with trains, we have it here. Photo session, music video, and anything for free, just outside our door. So when it was time for a new album, we knew exactly what it would be about. But we can't do an album about trains. I mean, but at least a song. Uh, but at least a song, so we can have like a song title. And then we say, okay, how about we do the album? We call it Powertrain, so we can have like the power tour, the power guitar pick, the power drumstick, the power guitar, everything, the power crew. Uh, so we came up with the idea that how about in the music video, we are on a train, but all the passengers are characters that represent a song on the album. So you have Vikings, uh, you have a time traveler, you have a medieval person, a knight, you have people working out, everyone, you know, representing a song. So we came up with the idea of a music video, then we wrote the song. And then, yeah, so it's, and then the powertrain is basically a metaphor for the album. So when listening to climbing on board the Powertrain means listening to the album, and all the passengers are different different songs.
Hmm. I
So
like it.
that's yeah. And we rented a house where we in the middle of the woods where we set up our studio and started to write songs and rehearse, record a little bit, and we uh, we had a good time for like 5 days doing just writing songs in the middle of the woods. That was fantastic. So yeah, it was a good time.
Where was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned 5 days recording a little bit there. Was it recorded elsewhere then?
Yeah, we did like some of the vocals and some of the guitars there. Then we have our own studio that we built up together in a very small town in the middle of Sweden. And that's where we recorded the drums, the choirs, the guitars, lead vocals, and bass was recorded at our home by ourselves. So it was recorded a little bit here and there, actually.
Hmm. It's a very big sounding album. I will give you that. It's very bombastic is probably a good word for it, which I like.
Yeah, great,
Um,
awesome.
Tell us about My Epic Dragon. That's one that sort of jumped out at me. I mean, 6.5 minutes long and it's pretty full on. Tell us about that one.
Well, it's actually the first song that was written to this album. I wrote it back in 2018. I wanted to write more symphonic power metal, and I wrote it, and the lyrics that I recorded was improvised at first. I just, I had the melody, and then I was just singing. The demo version has same meaning over and over again. But the people listening to it said that like this is the best power metal song I've ever heard, and this is just too good not to do anything with. So it has always been there. And then when we decided that the new album is on its way, I said My Epic Dragon is going to be on that album. No questions about it. And then My Epic Dragon the lyrics comes from inspiration from the movie Dragonheart from
Yeah,
the 90s with Dennis Quaid and Sean Connery. So that's where that song the inspiration comes from.
excellent. Any other songs on there got an epic story like that about how they came about?
Well, the song Mega True is the heavy song on the album. We felt we need at least one extremely heavy song. And I thought we need to make it heavy and epic and true. And what do we have? I don't know. And then started to do some demo vocals, and I was like, "On the Edge of Honor." Wait a minute, Edge of Honor. That is a Hammerfall song title. Hmm. So then I looked up Hammerfall song titles, and I started to write a lyrics based on their song titles. So the entire lyrics is only Hammerfall song titles. Always will be living in victory. Always will be living in victory, and so on. And oh, here's a funny one. This is the song Alliance Anthem
Yeah.
is like a follow-up from our song Alliance Forever, which is about us breaking free from our old record label and now standing on our own legs and traveling the world free from the gruesome tyranny of that old record label almost destroying us many years ago. And people like that song so much, and we have this, Majestica Alliance. So on our Patreon for a while, you could actually go and vote on how that song should turn out. So
Hmm.
the Alliance Anthem is actually created on our Patreon.
Right.
So we recorded different styles of intro riffs and let people vote. Then we
Yeah.
made a different style of verses depending on the intro they chose, and then we do, okay, we have this verse, and then we have this choruses. Which one would you prefer? And then people voted, and they yeah. So our patrons decided how that song should turn out.
Yeah, it's a very 2020s way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But we wanted to involve our fans because they've been
yeah,
so
yeah.
supportive during the Corona. I mean, we've been a band that in 2 years we did like two shows or
Mm,
one show or something. But our fans, they kept supporting us from day one. So we want to show them how much we appreciate this, to let them be part of the creative process. And they really enjoyed that. They really liked
mm.
that.
Let's talk about guitars. What guitars are you playing these days, and why? What's your preference?
Uh, I play Charvel guitars.
Hmm.
Mostly nowadays, it's 80s Charvels from Japan that I bought because I bought a Charvel guitar from 87 from Japan, a Model 3, and I realized, holy shit, this guitar feels great to play. So I bought a couple of more, and I, rebuilt them a little bit, changed the pickups and a lot of other stuff, and so that's mostly the guitars I'm using.
Mm.
Well, yeah, but and Charvel, because I grew up with Gary Moore in the 80s. He played Charvel, so for
Mm.
me, it has been like Charvel is the way to go. That's what it should be on a guitar.
Mm.
So, so I'm using Charvel guitars, and I'm also endorsed by Charvel, which is amazing. I'm very, very happy to collaborate with those guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So very soon, Powertrain will hit the shelves, hit the streaming services, or whatever.
yeah.
What happens then? You got a launch tour, you got a launch show. What is the plan?
We have a couple of plans on the release date, like a release event here in Stockholm, uh, in Sweden, but we don't have it confirmed yet. So we hope that will, we're hoping that it will happen. Otherwise, we'll just make a live stream or something. But
Mm.
we were planning to do a real party with a train, actually.
Oh, fuck, that sounds so good.
Yeah, so hopefully it will happen, but I haven't heard anything yet. So,
Hmm.
but we will perform on 70,000 Tons of Metal Cruise in a couple of weeks, and then we'll perform two sets. And one of the sets will actually be us playing the entire album, like 3 days, no, 1 week before it's released.
Yeah, all right.
So if anyone films it and uploads it on YouTube, they can hear some of the songs live before it's released.
What's your view on? I mean, every gig you go to these days, there's some idiot with their phone up the whole time. Uh, some of it that is uploaded is pretty shit quality. I mean, let's be honest about it. How are you? What's your line of thinking on that?
I think it's too bad nowadays that people spend, not everyone, I think mostly younger people, the younger generation, they spend too much time on their phone, even when they go to concerts. I mean, I see sometimes people uploading entire songs. One person uploaded the entire show on YouTube, every song, with a shaky camera like this. It's like, why? Why
Yeah.
do that? Put down the phone. Enjoy enjoy the show. And if you want to, like I do, I think this is for me. This works fine. I usually film like a Snapchat from a favorite part of a song or something, so I can remember that, or send it to people and say, "Look, I'm watching this band." But otherwise, just enjoy the show. I mean, the world is not in here. The world
Hmm.
is out there.
Hmm.
So I don't know. At the same time, it's good that people film because if we sound good live, a lot of people will see that.
Mm.
But if it has happened like the last show we did, I was really, really bad in my throat. So the first song was horrible, and someone filmed when I tried to take a high note and like that, posted those 10 seconds, and people were like, "Oh shit, I thought he could sing live." Really? Did you have to post just that note?
Yeah,
And that is
yeah,
something that I don't like. That it's taken out of context all the time when you upload these things. That you you see someone playing something wrong or someone singing bad. It's like it could be the only bad note I took. The
yeah.
the one little mistake I did. That was the only mistake I did. People focus too much on negative stuff, and that is something that is very unfortunate when it comes to filming the shows and uploading it without putting it into context.
Mm. It's a problem with the world with everything really taken focusing too much on the bad. But that's my old
Yeah.
man whinge there for a second. Speaking of your voice, what is your range? Has it been measured scientifically?
Well, no, not really. But I mean, I'm just thinking of the notes I can take. I can go down to a low F, which is not really low for a guy, unfortunately. I don't have such a deep voice, but
Yeah.
I can go up to A. I think it's A5 without problems. And then if I'm really, really good in my throat, I can even hit a C6, which is
Yeah, right.
really, really high. C5, I don't know, don't remember. So I can go really, really high. And but my yeah, so I would say it's about 3.5 octaves.
Yeah, okay.
Three and a
Right,
half
well done.
octaves. Yeah.
Hmm. Is it my imagination or is Powertrain, are you singing like a bit higher than you had before? Am I imagining that?
No, I would say pretty much the same. I mean, it's a bit higher than the Christmas album because the Christmas album
Hmm.
then was mainly focused on the story, telling a
Hmm.
story in
Hmm.
then of singing high. But in some songs they go really, really high.
Hmm.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But
I have noticed.
that's what people want with power metal, and that's what I enjoy singing.
Yeah, excellent.
I
Tell
don't
us
know.
about the cover. Tell us about the album cover, the artwork. That is insane. Who did that?
It's a gay. It's a gay. It's a guy. If he's gay or not, I don't know. It's not my business. But it's a guy called Jan from Germany who has been working with bands like Metalite and Battle Beast, Beast in Black. And he did a great job. We told him we want a train that goes through a portal because, as I said, the album, the train is a metaphor for the album. So he goes through medieval times, Viking times, back to the future, and into the future. So it has to be a mix of all these elements. And so he came up with a couple of ideas. At first, it was like, maybe not that one. Try another one. It doesn't really fit. The first idea was just a train station. Didn't look good at all. But then he came up with this, and it's like, okay, stick on that. Work with this. And then I told him, add a dragon because we have a dragon. Add a Viking. And just for the fun of it, add Ebenezer Scrooge in the corner as well because he was on our latest album. So, and if you can add us as well, it would be great. And then he did. And in the video, A New Beginning, we it's like a prequel to Powertrain. We have this train ticket that you can get for going on the train. And on the ticket, it says that the time for the train to go the part is 1912, which is also the title of a Rainseed
Mm,
album from 2011.
mm.
And on the album, you can see that the clock is like 5 minutes past 7, which means that there's another couple of minutes before the train will go. So it's a lot of details, and you have a VIP lounge for the Majestica fans representing the Song Alliance anthem. So there's a lot of details, and I love the colors. Then we
Mm.
realized we now have 3 albums covered in blue. So I mean the artwork for a lot, but the sky, the single, blue. Yeah, there we go. Blue is it's a beautiful color, but when you look at the albums like this, it's like everything is blue. Are we a blue band, or should we maybe change color next time? So next time we might go for another color.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've had a really good chat there, Tommy. We'll probably wrap it up, eh?
yeah, definitely, sure. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's always great to talk to you, mate. Any time,
Yeah.
any new release or whatever, hit us up and we'll have another chat. Can I get you to one heavy metal thing for me for the interview screenshot? Is just give us the horns. Excellent. Tommy, best of luck with the new album, Powertrain. I love it. Best of luck out on tour
Thank you
and
so much.
all the best. Take care.
Thank you so much. You too. Okay. Bye.